Esther. Thanks for having me on. The food security situation in Sudan is truly catastrophic. As you mentioned, the recent report, we also have the IPC report that highlights 755,000 people are suffering from catastrophic hunger, and a further 8.5 million are suffering from emergency levels of food insecurity across Sudan. It's been more than a year of intense conflict, and most families have depleted their resources and coping strategies. Some of them have sold belongings and assets such as livestock to be able to purchase food and other essential items. Our team in Central Darfur reports in some health clinics that Mercy Corps supports, roughly 3 to 4 children are dying per day of malnutrition-related causes.
Many organizations are very cautious to declare a famine. Would you say that what you saw in Sudan meets the criteria that this should be declared as a famine?
As you mentioned, the Famine Review Committee pointed out in the report released yesterday that North Darfur is confirmed to have famine conditions. And as you rightly point out, the report stipulates that this could potentially apply to other states and localities in IPC Phase 5 hunger, such as the remaining Darfur states, the Kordofans, Al Jazeera, and Khartoum. But for them, there's not enough data to make a determination. For us as Mercy Corps, it's less about whether a formal famine declaration will be announced. We're seeing the tragic effects happening now. We're seeing children dying of malnutrition. We're seeing households struggling to come up with daily meals. We're seeing humanitarian aid blocked from reaching its intended targets. And Esther, quite frankly, the heartbreaking reality of all this is that the window to significantly reduce the impact of what we're seeing as the largest hunger crisis in decades is rapidly closing. This is because the IPC data and the data that the FRC reviews is lagging indicators, meaning that by the time they review those pieces of data, it's most likely already too late to act and save lives.
You know, Barrett, what do we as aid organizations like Mercy Corps and others that are working in Sudan need to do to save lives?
Yeah, Mercy Corps and along with numerous other aid organizations, we need unimpeded humanitarian access to reach the hardest areas of Sudan. The Darfurs, the Kordofans, Al Jazeera, parts of Khartoum. We need the political dialogues to yield positive outcomes towards a peaceful resolution to the conflict, and we need a well-funded, well-coordinated, well-mobilized international donor community to step up its aid commitments.
And what do you want the world to know about this crisis? There's so much about the war. We talk about the RSF, the Rapid Support Forces, and the Sudanese army. But what else besides those two fighting? What is the toll that this has taken on the people of Sudan?
In the coming days and weeks, I think the world will be debating whether or not official famine thresholds have been met. But they also need to know that this is a purely man-made crisis that is primarily conflict-induced, meaning that until the guns and airstrikes and drone strikes and everything else that is happening conflict-wise in Sudan is silenced, that hunger will continue to stalk the people of Sudan. This is especially important now as Sudan is in its lean season. And aid impediments continue, that we believe the hunger situation will continue to deteriorate over the coming weeks and months.